one of your friends, Hoodle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
What could this be? Oh! Let's dispose of the trash.
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust!
Here I go.
Dragon Swarm!
There's an around. If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Now for something special.
Ignite!
More where that came from.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Dragon Swarm!
This is it. Thunder Field.
Eat this!
More where that
Shattering
came
up
from.
pieces! Attack us! You're mine! Totally! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Wish that they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
No choice!
You got company.
Take this!
Dragon Swarm!
Light Storm! It ends in the wind! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
This could be useful. There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. I've got a good feeling about this one. That was disappointing. All right. I'll let you go this time. I've got something. That was disappointing. There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
Ha! I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
Hup. There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Not today! Dragon Form! Watch it! That's it! Dragon Form!
Airborne beast. My spec.
Dragon Form!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I'm just getting started. Take this! Dragon Form! Megasonic Thrust! It's over!
That frigate does it!
Dragon Form! Here!
Here, let me help.
Dragon Form!
Here you go!
Megasonic Thrust! Dragon
Prepare to be squeezed! I can carve through armor!
It's over! Dragon Form!
Ready to go! Not in your dreams!
I'm on it!
Do it! Sion, astral energy! Full throttle!
Beyond kill!
Dragon Shot!
You're
No further!
Dragon
You hear
Form!
it now!
Here! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again!
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art! When he slows down, that's our chance! Take this!
It's like trying to keep up with the wall!
You require a hand.
Get up here with the others!
Megasonic Thrust!
Alright!
In a bind?
Dragon Form!
There you go! Don't let up! Feel!
You're finished!
Get out of there with the others! Flame Blazer! To the wind!
Now or never.
Air thrust!
In a bind?
Crazy cascade!
Dragon Form!
Mega Ray! Annihilation! You all touch the wind! Flame of now! Burning! Astral energy! Full throttle! Hear me! Astral energy!
No further!
Dragon Form!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dan in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
What could this be?
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Ready to go!
Only getting here!
I'll smash you! Got fire!
I've got it! Let him watch me handle it!
Burn! All yours! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear!
Take this!
Deny!
Dragon Swarm! Do it! Hit time!
Neon! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Dragon
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Do you continue on in that vein?
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Supernova! Dance in the wind!
All this
Now!
Here I come! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
No escape!
No further!
Megasonic!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Hey, let's
Don't get in trouble
see about
again.
that.
Prepare to be deep.
Save you! Actually, perhaps down is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. I never miss!
Dragon Form! Megasonic Thrust! Burn!
Not my finest.
Stay away from my friends!
I'll bring you back from death
Take
to bit.
this!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Do you continue on in that vein?
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Ah!
Confiscated!
Dragon Form! Megasonic Thrust! Dragon Form! Megasonic Thrust!
Now!
First try!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Not again! Eat it! You're on! Dragon Form!
Do it!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret
Dragon
this.
Form! You're mine! Dragon Form! Here I come! First time! Ignite! Dragon Form!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Dragon Form!
Shut him down!
Scattering up to pieces!
Dragon Form!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Dragon Form!
I never miss! Dance in the wind! Now!
Here I Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! I'm even stronger than before.
Bad feeling about it.
Take this! Dragon Form!
Art expert!
Dragon Form! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Form!
Thunderfield! Annihilate!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off! Take this!
Flame! Reload! Diving
Dragon
Supernova!
Form!
Raging Cascade! Now! Listen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I need to be stronger.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Feel!
Dragon Form!
Light astral energy!
Here I come! It's time! Take this! Dragon Swarm! No further!
Do it, Jade! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! With your flames and my technique?
We're stronger together than we are apart. Let's dispose of the trash.
Far enough! Dragon Swarm!
I'll never miss!
Dragon Swarm!
See what I can do!
Photon Flash! Raging Cascade!
Burn!
Searing Flame! Reveal!
Take this!
Let's get you all tucked away!
I lost myself in the heat of the moment.
Dragon Swarm!
Do it! Beyond Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
And the bubbling to me!
Take this!
Let me help! Artex!
Here's where I owe you one. Here it comes.
Don't mind if I do!
I'm just
Dragon
getting started.
Swarm!
Here's a healing art!
Eat this!
First aid!
Now!
Lightning orb!
Try harder! My turn!
Alright!
Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! Here I come!
Here's a healing art! Lightning orb! First aid! Thank you.
I can feel my power growing!
Let's dispose of the trash.
The earth lost in pain.
Dragon Swarm!
Raging Cascade!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indiana? Not to a Renin, they don't.
Dragon Swarm!
Denied!
First strike!
I'll be saving forces!
Now you see what I can do!
Megasonic Thrust! Dragon
Lightning
Swarm!
orb! Now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Watch this!
You're
It's in
mine!
the sky, it's mine! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Did you see?
Sure did. You were checking out Kisara from behind.
What? No, I wasn't! We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
We've reached our destination.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Mind if I join you, Law?
Night. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
No holding back!
Take this!
This'll be a piece of cake!
Dragon form! Escape! First strike! Here I come! Dragon form! Got flyers!
I've got
Dragon
this!
form!
Let Marksman handle it! Not on my watch!
All yours!
Radiant
Dragon
here!
form!
I'm out of ammo!
Burn!
Lightning more! Alright,
Take
it's
it!
showtime!
Dragon form! Down!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Do you continue on in that vein?
I'm just getting started!
My lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Can't get out of this! Dragon shout!
Leave the charges to me!
Do it!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
With this, I can become even stronger! More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here. Quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here?
Little help!
You're mine! It's showtime!
Denied!
Dragon form!
Lightning orb! Radiant cascade!
Dragon form!
Save you! And I never miss! I'll be safe!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Now! Sounds like it's...
In an instant!
Impact block!
Alright! Leave the enemy here to me!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here!
Supernova!
Dragon form!
I'm out
Dragon form!
I'm
Right!
Do it! Lightning orb! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Onward and upward.
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Dragon form! First strike! Here I come! Dragon form!
Raging cascade!
Dragon form!
Sleep now. Take it. This is slow. I'm only getting started.
Can't get out of this!
Free!
Dragon form! Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Dragon form!
Leave a part to me. Power up. Light acid raging cascade. That's my cue.
Shut him down!
I'll never miss.
Dragon shout!
Now you see what I can do!
Do it.
Still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Dragon first strike!
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Dragon shower!
Shining supernova.
Megasonic thrust! Dragon form! Hey! It's over!
Freeze laser. This'll come in
Take this! First strike!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Looks like some solid equipment. I've got a really bad feeling about this.
You picked the wrong move by a head.
Lightning orb.
Dragon form!
Take this!
Raging cascade. In here.
You're not...
Raging flood. Here.
No escape!
Oh, it's
Dragon form!
all right.
The enemy wields art too.
We'll soon see about that. Forward up. Mega ray.
I'm not done!
Lightning orb.
Here!
All right. Here's the
Dragon form!
Here.
First strike!
Not on my watch.
You're finished!
Dance in the wind. Searing flame. Air
My
thrust.
hit time!
Swallow dance!
We're in good form!
Great, now I'm hurt and dirty. I have a bad feeling about this.
Not today!
I never miss. Dance in
Now
the
you see
wind.
what I can do!
Here I come!
Sleep now.
Here's the orb. Get out of there with the others.
Dragon form!
I'm on it!
Dragon form!
Freaking does it!
Dragon form!
Thunder field.
Dragon form!
Prepare to be seen!
Here's the evil.
Can't get out of this!
It's on!
Now, freeze laser. Astral energy.
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done.
Not here!
Raging
Dragon
energy.
form!
I'll finish you here and now!
Let the marksman handle this.
Take this!
I'm out of ammo. I'm all backed up. Annihilation.
This one's mine.
Do it! Take this!
Dance in the... This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
There's always room for improvement.
Hold on! It's over!
Here goes! Too much to handle.
Burn!
We win! That's
Here I go!
Light astral energy!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Way to go!
Armor won't save you! Dragon form! Watch this!
Freeze Lancer!
Dragon form!
Mega Ray! Light astral energy!
I owe you one. We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Pick them apart to your heart's content.
Take this!
Nothing gets by me!
Where are you going?
Dragon form!
Far enough!
Do it!
Sleep now.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Here I go! One more! Mega Ray! Oh, it's all
This one's all mine! I can feel my power growing!
There!
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? First strike! Ignite!
Got it.
Dragon form!
Never chance.
Dragon form! Dragon form!
I can carve through armor!
Dragon form! Who the hell are you? bastard!
This guy's not normal!
Speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Dragon form! Die!
Helen Hurricane! Chinese supernova! Light astral energy! Radiant pierce! Annihilation! Mega ray!
Nothing gets by me!
I'll heal you with lightning orb!
Here I come!
Dragon healing! I never fit! Hey, that!
Did you just heal me?
Yeah, I need you, remember?
Right. Show me your strength.
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Dragon form! Can't get out of this!
Downfall! It's the way!
Hurricane!
Denied!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can. Can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danons, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.